Hyperlite have just released an update to their core packs. New fabrics. It's lighter, it's stronger, it feels much better in the hand, and I'm going to give you a run through of the differences between the old and the new. Hyperlite have been working really hard at updates. They've been in the ultralight game for a long time. The big update that Hyperlite have just done is in regards to fabric. This new fabric is called the Dyneema Woven Composite 3.9. Dyneema and Hyperlite are stating that it's lighter, it's more abrasion resistant, it's softer and less crinkly. It's pretty awesome material. Its hand feel is amazing. It feels a lot more like a nylon material, but it's lighter and stronger than a traditional nylon. So really cool update. This is my personal Junction 55. Had it for years. It's done the job really well. I want to start running you through some differences. So if we're starting to talk about fabric differences, this stuff, the Junction 55, my old one was made out of the DCH 50. Great material, really light. This new woven material has got 10 times more abrasion resistance than what the old one did. So that's a massive step change. It's a huge difference. The DHC 150, which is like the heavier material that was used on the base, also used in the 70 litre packs. The new material has 2 times more abrasion resistance than the old heavier material, but it's also 25% lighter. So all round, this new fabric, just based off specs and also hand feel, it's a massive change and it's a huge winner in my mind. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to putting this to the test over an extended period of time. So one of the things that we used to find was the heavier material was used in the older packs and some of the black ones. My understanding is now with the whole range that we're looking at the same Dyneema woven material used on all the packs. So it's that good that there is no difference between the 40, the 55 and the 70 litre as far as the fabric goes now. Other little updates. Shorten the elastic here so the retention is going to be a bit better when you're putting gear in the back pocket. They've added a daisy chain down the front here, so there's a lot more positions as far as strapping of gear and things, so that's really handy. One of the other things that they've done, which they've been quite clever about too, the compression straps that run down the side can actually be unclipped and clipped back across the front now too. So you've actually got straps that can go down the side or across the front. They've moved the ice axe loop across to the side. It's going to be easier to use if you're using the back pocket as well. Flipping around to the side, these compression straps are much beefier. So my one criticism of the straps on the older pack is they're really quite thin. Not that I've ever had a failure, and I have used these packs for some ski carry, even though that's not what they're designed for. So I can see these straps being far more durable for what I'm going to use them for. Maybe the Headwall 55 would be better for you if you're going to be doing a lot of that. It was a bit tight to get things like a Nalgene water bottle down in to the side, so they've had a couple of updates with their side pockets. The elastic comes up a little bit higher, it's a little bit lower here, so it is easier to get your bottle in and out when you're walking. But also they've pleated it at the bottom and there's more material here. So you can see there's a couple of pleats here. That's going to mean that you can get your water bottle right down inside the pack there. Now if I'm to grab one of my Junction that's just here, you can see this line actually finishes off here and you're just reliant purely on the pocket. Now it's not bad, but personally what I've found is that once I've got this pack really packed out, it becomes really quite hard to get a water bottle in and it ends up sitting up a little bit higher. So I'm really hoping with the new design that I can have everything feel a little bit more secure. Spinning around, you can see that the back of this is different. So they've actually stitched through construction on here. It's going to hold its shape to the aluminium backstays much better than what the old pack did. So you can actually see, even though I've just jammed some air in this, that this pack, it just sort of sticks out in the middle of the back, whereas here you can still see there's a really good curve through the spine. And so I'm hoping that this holds its shape with a little bit more of a load than what the other packs did. They've also updated the curve of the shoulder strap, so you can see there's a little bit more curve here in the top. That should really help with those people that experienced like a little bit of pressure across the traps. So some people found that Hyperlite packs across the traps were just a little bit tight and a little bit narrow. Seeing they've increased this curve here, that's probably going to help those people that found that issue. A few more loops here, so for people that want to be able to adjust where that sternum strap is and reposition it, that's going to make it much easier. It's also going to make it much easier for gear attachments as far as their phone pocket or water bottle attachments, that sort of thing that are hanging from the front. Hip belt, as far as I can tell and from what I've read, is pretty much unchanged. Another major change, they've also moved the hydration port position. So previously it sort of sat a little bit low, so you can see here it's sitting what would be below the top of the strap. Now it actually sits above, so it comes out on the same side but just a little bit above where the straps attach. They've also removed the internal pocket for the hydration bladder, and it's now just got a really simple hang. So if you're using it, it's there. If not, you don't have a pocket that's in your way. Overall though, the new fabric update is amazing. I can't wait to put this to test on a few extended trips. This is going to be my pack for the next few years. Windrider versus Junction versus Southwest. Sometimes I'm looking for a little bit more space, particularly pack rafting, fly fishing, or some of my winter trips. I just want a little bit more than the 55 gives me without having to be packed perfectly. They're not making the new Junction in a 70, so that's going to limit me to having to choose a Southwest. I might still use this one for very lightweight summer trips, but I'm moving over to the 70 so that I have that extra capacity when I need it. Secondly, I thought the mesh would be more handy than what it was. I don't find very often that I'm needing to dry gear out on a trip. Over the years, I have started to find that I've developed holes in my mesh. What I'm finding, and I'm always being a little bit paranoid about losing gear out of the mesh. So I found that I haven't been able to use this pocket as much as I would like for some items. It's a bit harder to jam tent poles in it. You definitely can't put pegs in it. You just can't use it for a few little things that you might like to just throw in out on the trail. A full pocket for me is more usable than what the mesh is. I guess we've got two questions to answer. One is, if you've got an old Hyperlite pack, is it worth upgrading to a new one? My answer on that would be yes, if your pack is at the end of its working life. If it's not, honestly, just keep using it. Use it until it falls apart, and there might be another updated version in a few years' time. Second question, are you considering buying a new lightweight pack, and is it worth buying a Hyperlite because of the woven Dyneema? My answer to that is definitely yes. This fabric is really cool. It's lightweight, it's abrasion resistant, it's soft to feel. I think long term it's going to be a really good fabric.